made the stunning claim that Jesus was coming back. Scratch that. The rapture was going to happen before 1973, because one generation from the formation of the State of Israel was about 25 years. I was on the edge of my seat, pondering where to go to college, so I asked my youth pastor if I should even bother. He said, "Go, prepare yourself just in case the visiting revivalist preacher is wrong." He was. I did. We're still here. Being here means many preachers and authors were just plain wrong. And that, for me, grew into a very serious problem with how these preachers, pastors, and authors interpreted the book of Revelation. Was Billy Graham wrong too? You answer. In 1949, 2 days after it had become public that the Soviet Union had successfully detonated a nuclear bomb, Billy Graham grabbed Los Angeles by the throat, called it to repent or else, and as described by Matthew Sutton, said, "Russia has now exploded an atomic bomb. An arms race is driving us madly towards destruction. I am persuaded that time is desperately short." A year later, he said, "I'm revising my figures. Last year in Los Angeles, I thought we had at least 5 years. Now it looks like just 2 years, and then the end." Graham fed the hysteria of post-World War II fear of the final war, a global holocaust called Armageddon, and America has never been the same since. Many were also overcome by the books become movies like A Thief in the Night. There was an experience to be created, and not a little money to be made, so a few more movies were produced, like The Rapture, and then Left Behind with Nicolas Cage. They operate similarly. The Rapture, the horrors of drivers disappearing from cars, now careening into other cars, buildings, and humans, and then earth-scorching heat and famines and the tribulation, and the evil powers of the Antichrist dominating the screen. They induced fear, and such movies were used by youth leaders to motivate young unbelievers to give themselves to Jesus before time runs out. I can't take another step without admitting that this speculation stuff was what I believed for a long time. I believed it as a child, as a teen, as a young adult studying theology, and then into my early career as a professor. I believed it until I didn't. I changed my mind not only because every one of the certain predictions I heard from preachers and youth pastors and read in books were wrong, not just slightly off, but totally wrong. I wanted to learn how to read the book of Revelation better, and in so doing, I became convinced that the left-behind approach seriously misreads the book of Revelation and Christian eschatology. We'll say more about this in the chapters that follow, but I came to see that approach as dangerous for the church. The speculation readings of Revelation teach escapism and fail to disciple the church in the moral dissonance that shapes everything in the amazing book of Revelation. Escapism is as far from Revelation as Babylon is from New Jerusalem. Part 1. Reading Revelation as if for the first time. Chapter 1. Revelation for too many. Speculation is the biggest problem in reading Revelation today. Many treat it as a databank of predictive prophecy, what one Revelation scholar, Christopher Rowland, calls a repository of prophecies concerning the future. Readers want to know if now is the time of fulfillment for that symbol, figure, or event. Speculations about who is doing what, sometimes standing on stilts, has ruined Revelation for many. I have taught about the book of Revelation for decades. While I've not